ServSafe Manager Practice Test 1. The sample ServSafe questions are an excellent way to study for your upcoming ServSafe exams. Once you are finished with each question, you will be presented with an answer which includes a complete rationale explanation for every question you got wrong. Question 1. After taking a bite of their meal, a customer is developing hives, swollen lips, and shortness of breath. These are signs of what type of illness? A. A foodborne illness like E. coli. B. A severe cold or flu. C. It's not an illness. They are likely choking. D. An allergic reaction. Answer D. Allergic reactions can range from mild to severe, have varying times of emergence, and in some cases can be deadly without proper medical care. Emergency services should be contacted in the event of a customer experiencing an allergic reaction. Question 2. Name the 4 types of pathogens that can contaminate food and cause foodborne illness. A. Norovirus, Salmonella typhi, E. coli, and hepatitis A. B. Bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. C. Yeast, mold, toxins, and acid. D. Bacillus cereus, Listeria monocytogenes, Clostridium perfringens, and Clostridium botulinum. Answer B. A pathogen is a harmful microorganism that can contaminate food. These biological contaminants are responsible for nearly all types of foodborne illnesses. Most cannot be seen or tasted. Identifying and familiarizing yourself with the types and sources of these biological contaminants is an important step in preventing them from being introduced to or spread in a food service setting. Question 3. Where should chemicals be stored in a food service operation? A. On the prep line. B. On top of the refrigerators and freezers. C. In a closet or shelving area away from food preparation areas. D. In the dish pit. Answer C. All chemicals should be approved for food service applications and stored away from food preparation areas by spacing and partitioning. This reduces the risk of dangerous contamination and misuse. Question 4. A chef wants to put a seared tuna dish on the menu. How can she best ensure a safe product for service? A. Talk to her staff about how expensive the tuna is to ensure they handle it properly. B. Freeze the tuna to -20 degrees F before prepping and serving. C. Buy the most popular cut of tuna from the local fishmonger. D. Order the tuna from an approved or reputable supplier. Answer D. Ordering seafood or other high-risk foods from a reputable and properly approved supplier is the first and most important step in ensuring a safe and properly handled product for service. Approved suppliers follow rigorous procuring, preparation, holding, documentation, and shipping standards, preventing time-temperature abuse during storing and serving is the next most important step. Question 5. What is the best way to ensure proper personal hygiene in employees? A. Speak to employees about being aware of their appearance and hygiene. B. Set up a staff dress code, put it in writing and enforce it. C. Talk privately to any employees that have a hygiene issue. D. Provide uniforms for the entire staff. Answer B. Due to the importance of personal hygiene in a food service operation, managers should address the subject with every employee. Proper personal hygiene limits the threat of contamination through dirt or pathogens on the skin, hair, or clothing, and also helps present a professional and clean image for the operation. Question 6. You see an employee preparing food directly after cleaning the grease trap. What corrective action should be taken? A. Instruct the employee to wash their hands and continuing prepping. B. Instruct the employee to wash their hands next time but allow them to continue their work. C. Dispose of any potentially contaminated food and instruct the employee on proper hand washing procedure immediately. D. Disinfect the work area and utensils the employee was using and ensure the food they were prepping is cooked properly. Answer C. Corrective action should be taken immediately upon noticing a failure to follow proper hand washing procedure. Clean and disinfect work areas and tools in addition to disposing of any potentially contaminated food. Question 7. What is an acceptable container for an employee beverage? A. A plain coffee mug from the beverage station. B. Any beverage in an aluminum can. C. A reusable water bottle with a pop-up straw. D. A disposable coffee cup with a zip-top lid. Answer D. Employees may drink from covered containers that have a straw or zip-top lid. Even with these specifications, employee drinks must still be handled carefully and stored properly to prevent cross-contamination. Question 8. Which of the following is an example of a physical contaminant? A. A piece of wood found in a customer's salad. B. Peppercorns served on the outside of a steak. C. A bone removed from a cut of meat before cooking and serving. D. Disinfectant liquid splashed on a prepared dish. Answer A. Physical contaminants are any objects that get into food that are not supposed to be there, such as glass, wood, dirt, bandages, and metal shavings. They can also include natural items such as bones or scales that have not been removed from a food item. Question 9. How can a food handler reduce or eliminate the risk of food contamination? A. Washing their hands after using the restroom. B. Taking medication after visiting a sick friend. C. Storing cleaning products in easy-to-reach locations in the kitchen. D. Rinsing knives and cutting boards with hot water when moving between prep items. Answer A. Washing your hands after engaging in an activity that may cause contamination, such as using the restroom, touching your face, and touching dirty surfaces or equipment before handling food is an important and effective way to avoid contaminating food. Proper hand washing can greatly reduce the risk of physical, chemical, and pathogenic contaminants in food preparation. Question 10. What temperature range is referred to as the danger zone? A. 41 degrees F to 135 degrees F. B. 70 degrees F to 125 degrees F. C. 61 degrees F to 135 degrees F. D. 41 degrees F to 130 degrees F. Answer A. Food held in this range is considered as being time temperature abused. This is the range that pathogens can grow and multiply. The longer food remains in this range, the longer pathogens have time to grow. Food held in this range for more than 4 hours must be discarded. Question 11. Why should food handlers not wear false eyelashes? A. They can cause vision obstruction. B. They can become a physical contaminant. C. They can harbor germs. D. They can be a distraction to other workers. Answer B. False eyelashes or other fair facial accessories can fall off and become physical contaminants in food. Hair should be pulled back or covered at all times using approved methods such as plain hair ties and hair nets. Question 12. An employee is coughing and complaining of experiencing vomiting and diarrhea. How should the situation be handled? A. Send the employee home immediately and require a note from the doctor before they return to work. B. Have the employee wash dishes instead of prepping food. C. Have the employee complete cleaning tasks until they feel better. D. Have the employee wear gloves and a mask at all times while working. Answer A. Sick employees pose an extreme risk of contamination in a food service operation. There are many levels and types of illness, and many can be handled with simple precautions, like directing the affected employee to other tasks. Serious illnesses that may be contagious, however, should always be handled with extreme caution. Removing the employee from the operation and having the employee provide documentation from the doctor that they are no longer ill or contagious before returning to work is an important safeguard to protect your other workers and customers. Question 13. What is an accepted covering for an infected cut on the hand? A. A plastic band-aid. B. A single-use glove. C. A finger cut over gauze. D. A plastic band-aid under a single-use glove. Answer D. Infected injuries must be properly covered to prevent the spread of pathogens into food or onto food wrap surfaces. Bandages must be impermeable, meaning liquid from the injury cannot leak or seep through. Single-use gloves for the hands or other covering for the arms are used as an additional barrier. Question 14. How long should hands and arms be scrubbed during hand washing? A. 5 to 10 seconds. B. 10 to 15 seconds. C. 15 to 20 seconds. D. 20 to 25 seconds. Answer B. Hand washing is the most important part of personal hygiene. When washing hands, they should be scrubbed for 10 to 15 seconds. Hands should only be washed in designated hand washing sinks. Question 15. How long should documentation for both frozen and farm-raised fish be kept? A. 90 days from the sale of the fish. B. 60 days from the sale of the fish. C. 90 days from the delivery of the fish. D. 60 days from the delivery of the fish. Answer A. Food held in this range is considered as being time temperature abused. This is the range that pathogens can grow and multiply. The longer food remains in this range, the longer pathogens have time to grow. Food held in this range for more than 4 hours must be discarded. Question 16. Cold TCS food should be received at or under A. 45 degrees F, B. 50 degrees F, C. 35 degrees F, D. 41 degrees F. Answer D. Cold TCS food should be tempted and inspected upon delivery to ensure it has been held at the proper temperature. Always order TCS food from reliable inspected suppliers. Check deliveries of TCS foods for any indication of time temp abuse and reject any items that are above the recommended temperature upon delivery. Question 17. A case of 10 cans of tomato sauce on a delivery has 4 of 6 cans severely dented, but not punctured or leaking. What should be done with the items? A. Discard the entire case. B. Return the damaged cans to the delivery driver and request a credit slip for the unusable items. C. Discard the damaged cans and thoroughly inspect the remaining cans to be sure they are undamaged. D. Accept the entire case as long as the cans are not punctured. They are usable. Answer B. While some flawed items may be able to be used with some corrective action such as cleaning off dirt or other contaminants, dented or damaged cans cannot be used. Let the delivery person know what is wrong with the damaged item. Return the item to them or discard it, depending on what the supplier requires, and make sure to document the damaged items on the invoice or receiving document. Question 18. Where should employee coats and backpacks be stored? A. In a closet or room away from food prep areas. B. Under prep stations and work tables. C. In a linen closet. D. In the dry storage area. Answer A. Storing employee personal items away from food prep and storage areas helps prevent contamination. Storing them near or with clean lines may also cause contaminations. Dirty clothing, including uniforms or aprons, or other items should be kept in non-absorbent containers or washable laundry bags. Question 19. Ready-to-eat food should never be handled with bare hands in what situation? A. Ready-to-eat food should never be handled with bare hands, regardless of the situation. B. When there is not a proper hand washing station available. C. When food is being served to a high-risk population, like children or the elderly. D. When the food will be cooked to at least 140 degrees F. Answer C. Why there are some situations where bare hand contact with food is considered acceptable. It should never occur when serving a high-risk population. All precautions should be allowed when serving these populations to reduce the possibility of cross-contamination as much as possible. Question 20. How many days can properly prepared and stored TCS food be kept? A. 5. B. 7. C. 10. D. 15. Answer B. Even with appropriate storage and preparation temperatures, bacteria can grow and multiply over time, so all TCS foods being held for longer than 24 hours must be clearly marked with the product name and either the date prepared or the discard date to ensure it is not used past the appropriate time. Any food item stored in something other than its original container must be labeled with the item name and the date the original packaging was opened or the discard date from the time of opening. Question 21. A ready-to-eat pasta salad is taken out of the cooler at 2 p.m. and placed on an outdoor buffet. At what time should the salad be discarded? A. 4 p.m. B. 6 p.m. C. 7 p.m. D. 8 p.m. Answer D. Food held without temperature control can be served for up to 6 hours, providing it has been properly prepared and stored beforehand. If at any point in the 6-hour window the food exceeds 70 degrees F, it must be discarded immediately. TCS food being served to high-risk populations can never be served or stored without temperature control. Question 22. Which food item can be re-served? A. An untouched plate of pasta returned by a guest. B. A basket of bread not eaten by guests. C. Sealed packets of oyster crackers. D. Unused portion cups of mayonnaise. Answer C. In general, only unopened prepackaged items may be reserved to guests, provided they are clean and free of any damage. Condiments should be served in their original packaging whenever possible, and unused condiments in their other packaging should never be reused. Question 23. A package of frozen shrimp arrives with large ice crystals present on the outside of the food and water damage on the box. What is this indicative of? A. The product was packed with excess water. B. The box of product was left in damp conditions. C. The product has undergone thawing and refreezing. D. The package facility has not been properly inspected. Answer C. Thawing and refreezing is evidence of time temperature abuse. Any frozen item that shows signs of this should be rejected or discarded. Question 24. When should a delivery be inspected? A. After all products have been placed in their appropriate storage areas. B. When staff has time to inspect the delivery correctly. C. Immediately upon receiving the delivery. D. When the specific staff responsible for inspecting deliveries is available. Answer C. Deliveries should be inspected as soon as they arrive, so make sure to schedule deliveries when staff has the time to inspect them. If possible, designate specific staff members to conduct inspections and be sure they and other staff know what to look for, how to return items, etc. Be prepared for expected deliveries by having space prepared for the new items and the needed tools on hand like dollies, thermometers, etc. Question 25. One of the FDA recommended food safety responsibilities of a manager is A. Making and approving staff schedules. B. Providing maintenance for the facility. C. Supervising food handlers to ensure hot and cold food holding temperatures are regularly monitored. D. Inspecting the quality of food items prepared off-premises for serving in the facility. Answer C. Ensuring that food handling staff are following proper procedures for tamping and holding hot and cold foods is an essential duty of a food service manager. This action provides oversight and accountability and can prevent unsafe food from being served to customers. Thank you for watching.